The word beside and the word besides each have kind of multiple meanings or different cases where you could use the word. So this one is a little challenging to simplify, but I'm going to try to just break it down to the most common instances of the words to help you remember which one is the right one to choose for the meaning that you're going for in your writing. So beside, I think the easiest way to remember that meaning is just the last four letters of the word beside or side, SIDE, because the meaning of the word beside, or one of the most common uses, is next to or alongside. It can also mean not connected to, which is getting a little bit into the weeds here because this is where some confusion could arise, but you would say like that's beside the point. But most commonly, you're going to use the word beside with the SIDE on the end as next to or alongside. So that's when you would use that word. And besides with an S on the end, most commonly means in addition to. It can also mean other than or except, again, where some confusion comes in because you might confuse it with beside here. But most commonly, besides with an S on the end is when you're talking about something additional or that if something is, I'm just trying to think of an example here, which would be helpful. I think before I give an example, the addition to meaning, you can associate with the fact that besides has an S on the end. So there's an addition to the word. So besides avocados, I also got bananas and tomatoes and onions. So I'm just talking about a grocery list here. So in addition to one type of fruit or vegetable, I got these other types of fruits and vegetables. And it's clear there that you would use besides. You wouldn't say beside avocados, I got tomatoes, bananas, and onions, because in that case, beside would mean next to. So it's clear to realize that beside is wrong if you're not using it to mean next to. Beside is clearly next to. That SIDE, I think, should just really stand out in your mind, that if you're using the word beside, you're using it to explain next to. But besides with an S is addition to, and it has that extra addition of that S on the end. This is kind of one of the most confusing ones to explain, but once you get it down and once you just sort of think of it logically, it becomes pretty simple in your writing. It's a really common one. This one doesn't, in my last video I mentioned that regard and regards, when people confuse those, it's kind of a pet peeve of mine. This one doesn't irritate me as much. There's no rhyme or reason for why that one irritates me more and this one doesn't. But I would say they're kind of the most common because, again, the words are so similar. The only difference is the S on the end in the word besides. So use the word beside if you are meaning next to something. It is beside. The avocados are beside the onions. They're next to each other. Use besides if you're talking about in addition to. Besides avocados, I also got onions, tomatoes, and bananas when I was in the produce section of the grocery store. I hope you found that helpful. Give it a thumbs up, or give this video a thumbs up if you did find it helpful, and subscribe to the Revision Fairy channel because I post videos about writing mistakes every week, and if you tap the notification bell, you will also get a note letting you know that I've published a new video for you. I will talk with you soon.